My wife brought her affair partner to the hospital for our son's birth. When I confronted her in the parking lot, she said, "You already signed the birth certificate. He's legally yours now. This is a no-fault state. Leave if you want, but I'm getting half your business plus 18 years of child support. Either way, you lose." It was 2 a.m. when Bridget went into labor. I drove her to St. Mary's Hospital, terrified and excited. By 6:47 a.m., our son was born. I held him, tears streaming down my face, thinking this was the best moment of my life. Then at 10 a.m., while Bridget was sleeping, a man walked into the room, tall, confident, carrying flowers. He kissed Bridget on the forehead. She woke up and smiled at him. "Who the hell are you?" I asked. "Trevor," he said simply. "The father." Bridget sat up, completely calm. "Trevor and I have been together for 2 years. We wanted you to help raise the baby since he travels for work." I stared at both of them. "You brought him here? Now? Well, yeah, he should meet his son." I looked at the birth certificate I'd signed an hour earlier. My name, my son, I thought. "Actually," Bridget said, "now that you've signed, he's legally yours. Trevor doesn't want the responsibility anyway." Trevor shrugged. "Nothing personal, man. Just not my thing." I walked out without a word. They didn't follow. In the parking lot, Bridget caught up with me. That's when she said it. The part about no-fault state, my business, child support. How either way I lose. She actually smiled when she said it. I got in my car and drove straight to a 24-hour DNA testing clinic. They took my sample and said results in 48 hours. Then I called my college roommate Adrian, who'd become a family lawyer. He met me at a diner at noon. "Did you sign the birth certificate?" "Yes, this morning." That complicates things, but it doesn't end them. Paternity fraud, especially with evidence of premeditation, can void everything. The fact that she admitted it openly, that the biological father was present, that's reckless. Did anyone else witness this? 3 nurses were in the room. Adrian smiled. "Get me their names. I'll file for emergency DNA testing through the court and get ahead of this. Don't go back to that hospital. Don't sign anything else." 48 hours later, the results confirmed it. Not my child. Adrian already had affidavits from 2 nurses who'd overheard the conversation. One wrote, "The mother stated the child belonged to the other man present and that her husband was stuck with it." Now, 1 week after the birth, I moved out while Bridget was at her mother's. I took my belongings, my business equipment, and left divorce papers on the kitchen counter. All communication through Adrian Foster. The calls started immediately. 19 calls in the first hour. 46 texts by midnight. All blocked. Her mother called from her own phone. "Bridget is struggling. That baby needs his father." The baby has a father. His name is Trevor. Trevor left 2 days ago. He's not coming back. I hung up. Bridget's sister cornered me at the gym. "You can't just abandon them." "Them? Your sister and the man she's been cheating with for 2 years?" Bridget said you guys had an understanding. "An understanding where I raise another man's child while being humiliated." She looked uncomfortable. "She thought you'd be reasonable once you calmed down. You'd realize staying together made financial sense for everyone." "Financial sense for who?" "For all of you. You make good money. Trevor can't hold a job. She thought you'd accept the situation." The entitlement was breathtaking. 8 weeks later, we were in court. Adrian had everything. DNA results, nurse statements, text messages where Bridget discussed the plan with Trevor, even a voicemail she'd left her sister saying, "Mark's too soft to actually leave. He'll stay and play house." The judge reviewed everything silently. Then he looked at Bridget. "Mrs. Foster, you knowingly committed paternity fraud, involved the biological father in the deception at the hospital, and admitted your scheme to hospital staff. This court finds your conduct egregious." 5 months later, it was finalized. I kept 91% of my business asset. Bridget was ordered to repay $12,000 of my legal fees. My name was removed from the birth certificate. No child support, no alimony, no contact. 7 months after the birth, I was leaving a coffee shop when I saw her. Bridget was sitting in a beat-up Honda Civic, baby crying in the back seat. She looked exhausted, hair unwashed, wearing a gas station uniform. She saw me and got out. "Mark, wait." I stopped. "Trevor's gone. He blocked my number. I'm working 2 jobs and living with my mom. She's sick of me. I can barely afford diapers. I know I messed up, but we have history. Maybe we could talk. You're doing well. I just need help getting back on my feet." She looked at me with desperate eyes. "You told me either way I lose, Bridget," I said as I walked past her. "You said I was stuck."